Welcome back to Coded and Loaded. Today is Tuesday. It is February 10th. It is episode number 13. And what a great episode it is. 13, Taylor Swift's favorite number.
Yeah, it sure is.
Taylor Swift's 13 studio albums.
It's also an unlucky number.
Never heard that. Don't think that's true. So, episode number 13. You're probably thinking, Price, what do you have planned for us? Ansley's here. I know you got something up your sleeve. What's the deal? And first, let's break some news. If you haven't noticed, my co-host Ansley here is with child.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I think
a
they've
secret.
probably noticed.
Well, they wouldn't say anything if they had.
Yeah.
You know, that's not very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that comes an extended period of absence called maternity leave. And they said, Price, what about Coded and Loaded? Do you want to do it yourself? And absolutely not. I don't want to do it by myself. I need a co-host. And
I do not think they offered to let you do it by yourself.
yeah, I wanted to, and they said no. But that was behind the scenes stuff, Ansley. You're supposed to tell the viewers that. But Ansley we had a first choice, and I was like, no, we're not going to be able to get her. She's going to be too expensive. She's too busy. There's just no way. And well, Ansley, I'll let you take it from here. Why don't you feel
And we
about
got her.
We got her.
So this is Rebecca Gonzalez, manager of EDI Services. She is going to be taking my place while I'm on maternity leave.
That's right.
Yep, she's going to be the co-host with Price for a couple episodes. I don't know how many.
She's so excited.
She's gonna be great.
Well, I just secretly know that Price's first choice was really Taylor Swift,
Oh.
and who was legitimately too busy and too expensive. When they first asked me, my first comment to my husband was, I know I had to have been like probably the third or fourth choice. But regardless,
Stop.
I'm glad to be here. So thank you all for having me.
Number one choice, Rebecca Gonzalez. But I know, Ansley, we wanted to take this episode for you guys to get to know Rebecca. So it's not a total stranger you're sitting up with last time. You remember our first episode, we told you about Ansley, we told you about Price. Well, welcome to tell you about Rebecca. Ansley's got some questions for us. I don't know these questions, and I'm excited to hear Rebecca's answers. So I'll be tuning in as a viewer too and offering color commentary. So Ansley, why don't y'all take us away? Let's hit it.
All right, for anyone meeting you for the first time, what's your story? What brought you to the industry, and what do you do here at McLeod?
Yeah, so let me back all the way up because in watching y'all's introductions, y'all shared a lot about kind of your past, your education and stuff. But I've been in Birmingham my entire life. Went to school at UAB. I graduated. You'll appreciate this, Price. I graduated with a degree in management with a concentration in human resources.
Nice.
Yeah, they would not take me on the HR team.
Nice.
For reasons that I can't discuss here. I've always been customer facing my entire career, even prior to transportation. I've always worked with customers who, at the end of the day, were trying to accomplish a business need faster, cleaner, by cutting cost. And I feel like that's a lot of what I do today, right? But I started out in medical software and, quickly being able to see how software helped these different companies we were working with, right? These medical companies we were working with, how they were able to leverage that. I knew quickly that I was going to stay in software. I knew I was passionate about it. I knew that's where I wanted to land, right? But fast forward to December 2019, a role came open here at McLeod Software. I applied for it. January of 2020, I got an offer letter, signed that offer letter, and I was so excited to start at McLeod. And then February, COVID hit. We had a hiring freeze at McLeod, and so I was stuck with an offer letter and not really sure that I was going to be able to start here or not. The director who hired me, just the sweetest person ever, she called me and she said, Rebecca, just be patient with me. I'm going to try to work this out, but we are on a hiring freeze and we don't know what this means for our nation, for our country, for McLeod. Just be patient with us, right? And she took it all the way up to Tom, and Tom agreed to hire me. I think I was like the only person who was hired within like a 10-month span in 2020, and that was huge. So I come in, they give me my laptop, they're like, "Okay, go home," because no people can be in the building. Yeah, no. But in the midst of starting at McLeod, in the midst of COVID, right, and these supply chain shortages, it became so abundantly clear just how important this industry is. People say that transportation is the backbone of the economy, and that was so true, right? We could see it at the grocery stores. I could see it with the customers that I was working with. So I started out at McLeod in a support customer facing role in our enterprise division called ECS. One of the first customers that I worked with actually hauled COVID vaccines for Pfizer. And so just being able to be a part of these solutions in a very, very small way, that just gave me tremendous gratitude and just really such fulfillment in the work that we do here and how we get to partner with our carriers, our customers, to meet their needs and the freight that they're hauling. So I've loved transportation ever since I stepped into it. I think any of us that don't come from transportation, we all kind of fall into it, and then it seems like we never leave it, But I worked my way up in ECS in a team lead role, but always had my eyes on EDI. There was something about EDI that was so captivating to me. It's like EDI is timeless, right? Like it's been around, like truly, like it's been around for decades, and it is so like tried and true. It is solid. And I love that. Like, I love the consistency, the stability that EDI brought our carriers. And so I always had my eye on EDI. And position opened up, and I was able to step into the manager of EDI services. And I've been in this role for the last year and a half, managing the EDI team of our core division.
Nice.
Yeah.
EDI. For any of our viewers who don't know, I definitely know. But for anybody out there who might not, what does EDI stand for?
EDI stands for Electronic Data Interchange.
That's right.
That's right.
All you guys who wanted to know, that's what it is. Yes, I knew. I knew. All right, carry on. Sorry.
Okay, you said you're the manager of EDI services.
Yeah.
What does that look like day to day, and what customer challenges do you typically help solve?
Day to day, EDI feels like a box of chocolates. You're never really sure what you're gonna get. No, I kid. It's kind of threefold. It's strategy, it's problem solving, it's taking EDI lingo and translating it in a way that's digestible for our customers that are maybe new to the EDI space. As far as challenges, because at the end of the day, the purpose of EDI is to provide automation. We're trying to cut down on manual entry. So a lot of challenges that can maybe come with that. Time constraints is certainly one of them. We're seeing more and more trading partners require EDI even just to enter into a space to haul for them. But they won't let you get a bid until you have the EDI set up. So EDI setups are not something we can just sit on. We need to be able to turn them around quickly. We want to try to be able to meet these timeline requirements that our carriers have. So that's something we're seeing. It's a competitive market. We all know that, and so timing can certainly be a big challenge. Invoicing, our 210 invoices are certainly a big part of the EDI that we do day in, day out. We're seeing kind of a shift of change in the industry where more and more 210s now need images. And so, being able to meet that need along with our base software or maybe in conjunction with document power to meet that need. So we see a little bit of everything under the sun in EDI, but certainly those are some of the challenges that maybe we see more recently. So.
EDI blows my mind. The first time when I first started working in transportation, I was working for a rather large trucking company that everybody would know the name of if I said it, and I had to fax a driver paperwork, and somebody showed me how to use a fax machine. Never seen one, but the concept of the idea that this guy just got that piece of I was like, that's not true. there's no way that's possible. And then somebody explained EDI to me, and I was like, y'all gotta stop. This is like witchcraft. So yeah, it is
Black
like
magic.
I don't understand it. And one day maybe I'll get you to teach me about it. But it blows my mind. I don't get the numbers or any of it.
And that's really where EDI shines, because when it's set up and it's working correctly, it's like having a team member who never mistypes, who never sleeps, who never keys in anything incorrectly. Like it's, we want it to be as user friendly as possible. We want it to be able to cut down in inconsistencies with data and help our carriers not feel like they have to plug in a bunch of information manually.
EDI is sick.
Yeah.
That's my official ruling. EDI is sick. Carry on.
When you think about a great customer experience, what are a few things that make the biggest difference, especially when teams are busy and change is really hard?
When you mentioned you were going to ask me about maybe customer service, this is one that I really am passionate about because I've always been in a customer-facing role. And so, when you think about EDI, obviously I manage a team of highly technical and skilled personalities, right? But what's so cool is being able to partner alongside of them and talk about that customer service need, right? And so that's something that we coach to pretty regularly. Myself and our director of EDI services is communication, ownership, empathy. Even ownership is huge. Just to be able to respond, I've got you. I'm looking at this. I'm going to get back with you. I'm taking care of that. That's huge in building that trust and building that customer service piece. We want our customers, when they reach out to us, to feel like we've got their EDI, right? I mean, we handle these full services setups. They've entrusted that on us fully for several of our customers. And so that's huge. Communication, I know that's such a buzzword, right? That we always hear, oh yeah, communication. But I can't think of how many times maybe someone has called me, a customer, they've asked me a question. I might not have known the answer. That's okay. But explaining that, hey, that's a great question. Let me jot that down. Let me get back to you. And then the next day, hey, customer, I've reached out. I'm awaiting a response. I'll get back with you. That's huge, and making them feel like they're not forgotten, that we've not, moved on from their request, their question, their project, what have you. And then empathy, right? I think that's a bit of a lost art here in corporate America. Behind every EDI transaction is a human, just trying to do their job, just trying to fulfill their need, right? And I've found, especially now in working in our core division, a lot of these carriers that we're working with, they're wearing many different hats. They might handle the EDI and then 10 other things, right? At their company. And so understanding kind of where they're coming from, what that need is, letting them speak, listening well, so that we really understand that need. I think that's a huge piece of really wanting to bring that into a fold, so our customers feel seen, they feel heard when it comes to their business needs. So that's something, like I said, we're really, we try to coach, we try to teach too on our team, and something we're really trying to carry out with our carriers that we're working with.
It's also like, it's not like I work on the IQ product. If your report goes down, now, not that happens often, all right, I'm not saying that, but if a report goes down, or, you can't access your revenue per mile for a few minutes, that's something you can put a ticket in and hang out about. But if EDI is not working, that's a pretty showstopper problem. So you got to be able to jump on it. Jump in there, you have to be good at the customer experience. Is 99% of that, because I'm already mad when I'm calling you. It's not working, man. So like, we got to be able to get this thing up and rolling, so that by the end of that, you're like, man, that was stressful, but good thing we have McLeod in our back.
That's right.
And also, other side note, I had this as a note to say, there's never been a question I didn't know. So feel free to ask me next time. They're like, hey, you got something I had to say I don't know too. You can always send it my way.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't know anything.
He didn't even know what EDI stood for. So.
No, I knew what EDI stood for. That was for the viewer. All right, next question. What do we got?
Okay.
All right, while you're filling in as co-host, what are you most excited to learn or dig into on the show, and what kinds of topics do you hope to bring to listeners?
You know, I've been living and breathing EDI for the last year and a half, and I love it. I mean, truly, it is my favorite product that McLeod offers. There's no doubt about it. But being able to kind of step out of that for just a little bit and zoom out, get to meet with different subject matter experts from the industry or from the other McLeod product offerings that we've got, modules. I'm excited. You know, we've already seen how EDI is starting to partner with other modules here at McLeod Software. So maybe being able to step back and kind of learn alongside our listeners, right? Some of the different capabilities, the different product offerings that we've got. I'm pumped about it, right? We've got so many cool products that, you know, are rolling out new year after year, the things that we're doing with AI and whatnot. So I'm excited to just be a part of the ride, I guess. Yeah.
It's exciting. It is fun, right?
It is fun.
It's Ansley was telling me, we were walking into the building this morning together. We parked right next to each other. And she was like, so excited that it was Coded and Loaded Day. She loves Coded and Loaded. And I love doing this show too. And we were like, man, how lucky are we? So now, welcome to the family. You know, how lucky we are to have you.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I like learning. This was just for me. I keep wanting to ask EDI questions, so I'm not going to, so we can move on. Because I still don't really get how it works. But that is the most fun part. I learned so much from, like, we had Van come on and do the Respond demo. We've had Bill from Ari Garrison come on talk about AI. We've had all these different guests come on and talk about whatever it may be. When Mike was showing us PowerBroker Web, we got to see that for the first time. And then we got the Webmaster Web. We got to see that before anybody else. It's like you have, like, I get to find out all this stuff before anybody else does, so that's fun too.
It's like you're part of marketing.
Yeah, is that what you feel like all the time? I guess so.
guess.
They get to make all the little flyers and stuff.
Flyers.
Yeah, it's all flyers. Yeah. All right.
That's all I do. I make flyers all day.
That's not what I said.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
What should listeners expect from you as a co-host? Your style, your thing, your perspective that you are going to bring to Coded and Loaded's next few episodes.
So I've been meaning to talk to you guys about this. I'd really like to bring a new intro song. I'm just not loving this little beat we got at the beginning.
I love the beat.
You do?
Y'all, I don't know if y'all see this in the intro, but I usually dance like
He
the
does.
whole time.
He does.
I need something to get me pumped up a little bit more.
That doesn't get you pumped up? Well, we can't afford you. I mean, we could afford it. Don't get me wrong, but we don't want to afford the licensing for like a
I was
real
gonna say
song.
it's like a proprietary kind of thing.
I mean, I don't want to give the viewers too much peek behind the curtain, but that might have something to do with it. But what? You know what? You were telling me earlier that you sing, right?
That is not true.
Why don't
That
you-
is not true.
You could record something for us, and we could.
That would be great.
Yeah, we'll put that down. That'll go in the ideas bucket.
Okay, perfect. While we're putting suggestions out there.
It just feels like a bad ringtone.
I love
It's
it.
like the ringtone
I
I would
like
put.
it too. That's so funny.
It's like the ringtone I would put for like right now. Like my husband and I we're trying to buy a new car. And so all these car salesmen keep just calling me. They won't leave me alone. And I think that's what I would want to know. It's them calling, and I can
play
just
the Coded
ignore.
and Loaded tune.
So I know oh, it's them. Like, you know, that's kind of how I.
Stay tuned for a cheesier, louder, more obnoxious Coded and Loaded theme next week. I think, I'm all, or what, 3 weeks from now?
No. We have one that's off cadence coming.
Oh, we have a special episode. Well,
Special
before we get
edition.
into that,
Do I know about that special?
I don't know. Yeah, you
Yes,
better. 'Cause
yeah.
I
you're
guess
gonna
I
be honest.
better. Yeah. Okay.
Rebecca, thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining us. This has been great to get to kind of see what it's all about. You got to see a show in action, and we got to meet you, Ansley.
Wait, there was one thing that Rebecca told me she was really excited about Coded and Loaded.
Ooh.
So everybody here at McLeod thinks that Price is so funny. Like, oh, Price is so funny. Let's have him do 40X and like be the and like whatever.
Okay.
No, like I'm funny.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't feel like I've been able to let my wit and my humor and my comedy really show.
Wow.
Because it's been all about you and Taylor Swift
Yeah.
and Auburn football and hats. And I just, like
Okay.
we're gonna detour it a little
I
bit.
like
I don't know.
this.
I don't know if you can't tell. My personality might be just a tad bit stronger than Ansley.
Ansley,
but
hey, look.
yeah, I'm just ready to upstage you a little
I
bit.
would appreciate an upstaging. Look,
By the time you come back, this will be Coded and Loaded by Rebecca Gonzalez.
Hey, I love that.
Yeah.
Featuring Price. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But I'm in the spotlight because it was begging for me. But if you feel like it's calling your name, feel free. But
see.
thanks for bringing that up, Ansley. I'm so glad y'all talked about that beforehand.
We did
I
talk
love
about
to
that
know
behind
that.
your back. Yeah.
Well, that being said, guys, what an episode we've got here, man. Thank you for hanging out with us. Housekeeping? What do we have to talk about?
So next week we're having a show off cadence.
Next week is
Yeah.
our episode. Totally. Yeah, we were talking about it. Next week.
Yep. Next Tuesday. You guys are gonna get a sneak peek at what's coming in the 26-1 release.
Whoa. Can you say that again?
Yeah, in the 26-1 release.
26-1 release sneak peek. Where
Well,
else?
I don't
but
think
hold
I
on.
don't know if we're gonna show it, but we're gonna talk about what's coming with
Wait.
it.
Where else could they get that information?
I can't right now.
Nowhere. Just throwing that out there. All right, go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to
It's
interrupt.
top secret right now.
Yeah, top secret, but you can find it here next week.
Yep.
Coded and loaded stuff.
That's all I got.
All right.
Next
Other than
week
that,
we got
UC. Remember, you only have 2 more weeks to email Win Springer for those free passes to UC. So if you wanna get that done, now's the time. Outside of that, guys, thank you so much for another episode, lucky number 13. It's been a fun one. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for coming. Y'all have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.